people need to realize like our differences is what makes us strong and what makes our community that much powerful.
When we come into the room to have conversations about difficult things, or we participate in activities that make us do that, we start to get to know people in a way that you really can't in any other experience. And so as a result of that, not only have we gone through these hard things, but now when I walk around campus, there's lots of familiar faces.
One time I had this conversation with a fellow member of student on campus, Roger Purdy, a sophomore political science major here as well. And he really sort of helped me sit down, align with my goals and sort of what I wanted to do with life, but also just say, if you need help with these aspects, I'm always here to support you in this way. And that really made me feel heard because, you know, you really, in the times when like you have so much going on, you don't feel like there's anyone there to support you.
And I can go back to when I was a student here. I think about like the different maybe issues around race or gender that were brought out and like were any conversations had, and like I think putting statements out puts a statement out, but like what is the action on the ground that's being done?
After October 7th of last year, both me and the individual that we're fighting to have these dialogues have been impacted in different ways, and we knew that there was a lot of frustration on campus. There was a lot of hurt. There was a lot of people feeling unheard on both ends of the spectrum, and especially for those who are directly impacted. And we weren't feeling like there was the space we were looking for to speak openly.
There was one student in my class, there were a list of topics we could choose from. One of them was analyzing the caste system in India. So I pitched, because I guess I have a little vested interest in that, I said this could be really interesting. And then another Caucasian student said, I don't think that people will care enough about that topic. And I think I was really taken aback because I was like, well, first, this is one of the oldest institutions, I guess, in global history. And second, there's a wealth of information, but also that is like, ouch, on a personal basis.
Being an international student, I like the money and the exchange and everything. It's really actually complicated than being a US citizen because I can't just go and dog sit, or I can just like go to McDonald's and work there. Like any type of things, it's forbidden for me to do. And I really want to continue to work because that's the thing that keeps me alive and also helps me financially be stable. So AU, I think, I don't know if it's about me, but I hear other international friends that is struggling with this. And I think AU, as they do for the classes, should be a little more careful and maybe inclusive about helping to international students get on-campus jobs.
There is a necessity for, having uncomfortable conversations, especially in today's society, especially when you are at a university. I mean, that should be, I would even argue, the mission is to engage in dialogue that sometimes is gonna make you feel uncomfortable, that you're not gonna know how to, navigate those waters. But at the end of the day, I think it's fair to say that that's the strength of it all, is that when you are in those uncomfortable spaces, you grow.
Say, for example, we're having a dialogue about, I don't like pineapples on pizza, right? The hurt in that could be like, oh, it hurt my feelings that you don't like pineapple on pizza. But the harm could be like, oh, because you like pineapples on pizza, you are less than. You are unworthy of eating pizza. And when that harm is introduced, it doesn't just stay in the room, but it stays with that person.
I can't remember who exactly said this, but they said on November 6th, no matter what the conclusion is, it's gonna be a different air. You're gonna feel a different air. So putting that closer with the AU community, it'll take us a time to not only reflect, but also vision map of what we want our goals and our progress to be. And I think taking that aspect of it, it'll allow us to have a better community on campus, better conversations on campus, and not just better conversations, more productive conversations.
Faculty and students and staff come from so many different educational experiences, just life experiences, geographically, religiously, culturally. Like, there are so many things that we can learn from each other, and that's been my favorite part about going to AU. And I hope that that sense of curiosity and like students' willingness to be a part of so many different organizations and programs continues to to create an environment where people from anywhere can come and learn to be confident in themselves and try new things.
In this environment, I don't think we need to be tiptoeing around the hard conversations. I think this is the place to learn, to engage with other perspectives, and to learn to empathize and communicate compassionately. And I think the only way forward in a lot of these global conflicts and just general progress, we need to be able to hear each other first. Nothing's going to change if we can't hear each other, and this needs to start here.